Good afternoon, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with the Ancients. Heather and I today have a special guest with Dr. Gail, Skywalking with Moon. Yay! Thank you for coming, Dr. Gail.
Thanks for having me. I certainly enjoyed having y'all in Mount Shasta, and I certainly love connecting with you too.
Thank you. We had such a great time in Mount Shasta.
Yes,
I keep getting the urge to go back. I don't know when.
Well, I invited you while that hurricane was coming.
I know. Everybody in the chat room, this sweet woman invited us to her house with our pets.
With the pets.
During the hurricane. But fortunately, we didn't have to do that. Fortunately for you, we didn't have to come. And fortunately for us, we didn't have to come.
It'd have been chaos, but it'd have been fun chaos.
It would have been fun.
I would probably have worried more. Instead of just having my daughter and my brother to worry about, I would also worry about the house.
Yeah, we really... Nothing happened. We're all good.
My brother took the brunt of it, but everybody else is. But he's fine. Yeah, they managed to keep the house, so he's fine.
Yeah, there's a lot of cleanup here. Needless to say,
Loads.
Of
how many places that hurricane hit? I mean, and how it's hit. I mean, down in Puerto Rico, people down there. Then it hits Florida, people there, and then on. South
Carolina,
there, Nova Scotia, people there. I mean, it was all the way up. It's like having to check on everybody all the whole way.
Right. You knew people everywhere.
Ian was really making the rounds.
Yes.
What a mess he is. Was.
And it's nice that I forget what they named the new one that's down south has decided to go farther down south. So instead of following the landline up towards Mexico, it went through and it's on the coast on the other side.
Yeah, it went up and over.
So it missed most of the land, and that's good.
Yeah,
that's really bizarre. I just want to say hi to some people in the chat room. Miss Susie's here, I see, and Juno Spear, and Janita Easter. Janita Easter is my sister, my little sister. Yes, nice to have family. And Lisa Rhodes. Welcome, everybody. Dream Journey 1. I can almost read it on the TV.
It's a huge TV.
They have put us on their TV. They just did it for the first time, and I can't imagine how big we look. It's kind of scary.
Oh, it's so much easier for old eyes to see the chat. Well, actually, I don't see the chat on the TV. I have the chat on my phone in my lap and the video up on the television.
Yeah, I wish there was a way we could enlarge that box a little.
Yeah.
We would be a little bit smaller and enlarge that box so that we could see it better.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's good though. It's good.
So we're going to ask Dr. Gail what is she's up to with the elementals, because that seems to be her new project these days. Is elementals?
Well,
amongst all the other things.
I think it might be. I'm just the interim person, which I'm thinking I might be. But yes, the elementals contacted me a few weeks ago, and they woke me up about 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And they said, we're the elementals. They were the noisiest things I have ever had in my bedroom. I mean, no ET, no anything has ever been as loud as the elementals. So I get up and turn on my light and get my pad and pencil or pen and sit there getting ready to write. I think they've got a lot of information for me. So they go, we're the elementals. Connect with Earth. And I'm sitting there waiting. I'm writing it down, waiting, and nothing. That was it. Well, I'm wide awake. So I decided to scroll through YouTube as usual, as we all do. And I came across the video, which was right there. It's a video that's a couple of years old. And it was from Brian, who runs the rock shop down in Dunsmuir. That's right here at Mount Shasta. And his YouTube channel is Expansiveness of Light. And he is one that's really connected to the trees. And he was teaching us how to know if a tree was a portal or a spiritual tree or not. And he has a lot of favorite ones that are around here in Mount Shasta. So how you do is you stand in front of the tree and you don't touch it at first. You just try to connect with it energetically. And then if you start leaning into it, that tree is a portal or a spirit tree. And if you move away from it, then it's not.
Kinesiology.
Yeah.
It's kinesiology. Yeah.
Basically,
Interesting.
so he said, and it's never the tree that you think it is.
Right.
I can say that, but it's always almost like it's the other one. If you see this big, beautiful tree and you think that's it, usually it's not.
It's a scraggly one next to it.
It's a lot of times the one that has some damage to it. So,
Right.
yeah, so that was real interesting. So I thought, okay, I got the message, because when I was in South Carolina, I was always on the trails among trees and greenery. And since I've been in Mount Shasta, I've been going up to the mountain, and the top of the mountain, it's pretty barren, because of the volcano.
No, but that woods on the way up, that beautiful wooded area is full of trees that invite you.
I found the most beautiful trail right here in Mount Shasta. That's right there going to the lakes, Lake Siskiyou. That is right there, and it is all woods. It's all trees. It's all greenery. It's beautiful, and it has a stream going through it. So I found that.
Is that the one you did the video on, the stream video? Yeah. Oh, I love that.
No, I did 3 or 4 different videos on that, because every time I get to another spot, it was prettier than the next.
Right.
So it was beautiful, and it's a very dog friendly. That's where everybody takes their dogs to run through there, and it's not that long of a trail, and there's a lot of places to sit and meditate or sit in the stream along the way. So it's a great trail. And
on our next trip.
Yeah, I got the impression when we went down into the area where we found the trees, it was very welcoming,
right.
And they wanted us there, but they didn't want us to go any further, so we had to turn around and come back. It wasn't conducive to going and exploring anywhere else, just right there.
Yeah, that was awesome.
This trail is the most welcoming trail I've been on. I mean,
I can't wait to try it.
So,
good.
Anyway, so I've been making sure, since that trail's so pretty, I've been making sure I do go and connect again with the trees and with the greenery in nature. And so then probably about 4 nights ago, the elementals came back and woke me up again, noisy beings as they are, and they said the ley lines in Peru and Alaska need to be fixed. I'm going, okay, ley lines. That's Johan, South Africa. Okay, I'll just give him the message. Maybe he's not listening. Because sometimes we do get our messages from another person.
True.
And so I'm going, so I'm emailing Nancy Jean at 2:00 in the morning going, get a hold of Johan. They want him to fix those ley lines in Peru and Alaska. And so I contacted her the next day and asked her if she had done it. And she said, yes, I sent an email. She said, sometimes it takes about 48 hours to respond. And so I'm waiting, and I keep waiting and waiting. And then about, I would say 3 days later, they came back and they said, I had to do it. Johan's on paternity leave. He just had a baby.
Johan's busy.
I was not wanting to do that. I didn't want to take on another duty. I mean, I'm already in charge of this humongous spaceship. And so I'm going, and now they're giving me another duty. Well, at the time, I left the medical side over to Susie, and I had to leave the military part to Razone. So I could go do this. And so then, anyway, so I had to go connect the stars to the tree roots of a special tree, which it turned out to be. It's a spiritual tree, or it is the portal. So we went to Peru first, and I had to go to 3 stars. So they sent me up to the stars, and as a Southern girl, what do? I get up there and ride the star and sit there and try to lasso it so we could connect it. And they're down there going, no. Just hook it. Anyway, so I was very embarrassed. And so after
I cowgirl.
then I just hooked it, and I went down and stretched it out to the tree root, and they took care of it from there. They fixed the ley line when I could bring that star connection to it. I had to do 3 stars to connect it to the one in Peru. And then Alaska, I had to do 5 stars to connect it to the tree root, and then they can straighten it out, the ley lines. So That was my latest adventure. That was just night before last.
Wow.
I was exhausted the next day from that. I was just
Well, I
kept,
can imagine. I wanted to go back and say, show something that White Dragon wrote. You're right, White Dragon. That's exactly how we took it too. When the trees keep you from growing further, listen, there's something there they don't want you exposed to. And that's exactly what we figured out.
Yeah, we left.
So we left. And hi, White Dragon, and anybody else we missed. Dozen Cats is here, and Ruth is here. Warrior Girl 13.
hey, everybody.
Epiphany Noel. Hi, everybody. Welcome. So, what's your next adventure, or do you know yet?
I don't know that, but I'm hoping Johan comes back from his paternity leave soon. Because there's a noisy elemental. I have a feeling I'm going to be doing more because I think he and I maybe eventually be working together because he just does the groundwork. And I was the one that went to the stars and came down, and I didn't know that. I talked to Nancy Jean about it, and she said, yeah, I don't know if that's what the future will be, that we'll be working together, and I do the above and he does the below.
Could be. Sounds like it.
But
so did you have to take the ship there to do all this, or
no? I just I just took my light body and went.
Woohoo!
Okay. I wondered.
In fact, I did ask him that. I said, "Do I need my spaceship?" And they go, "No." So,
I think that's a perfectly legitimate question when you're going to the stars.
It was, yes.
That's great. Oh my! And so, what other things have you been up to besides the elementals?
Well, I've been getting used to being in charge of the Athena, which, as I said, is a huge spaceship, and it is one that is kind of like a trauma center, and it does go to big events or big happenings where we have a lot of casualties or a big event that we need to take care of. And so we, as I said, we are military and medical. Now, the spaceship I was on before was on the Ashtar Medical One, which was just a hospital spaceship. So now this is a huge spaceship, and there's like 800,000 people that I'm in charge of. And wow. I mean, we are a huge operation. And when we're doing a big event, we sit up on Mount Shasta and we communicate with them. They take the ones that don't need immediate attention, and we're collaborating at that time. So,
didn't you just recently do a rescue mission for children?
Yeah, we've done several rescue missions for children.
And White Dragon was there with you?
Yeah, White Dragon's on the military side, and he's like a 5-star general. And he Razon is the one that's under me, and then White Dragon's right under him. So he takes off, and he leads a whole big group of people to do these rescue missions. I stay at the hospital, and Susie's there with me, and we have a huge.
Wait a minute, Susie's there now too?
Susie 007, yes.
I'll be darned.
She's always been with me. It's just that it's now revealing that she's there. She's okay now for me to tell people she's there with me. And so it's amazing that she's there with me, and we ended up together here. So yeah, she's there with me, and we have a room that's the size of an auditorium that has all these big screens and things that we are knowing what's going on all over the place. And so we're always watching, but we do like to go down the hallways and meet the people that are working for us. And just recently, we had to kind of separate our ways because every time the two of us showed up in an area, they all panicked like something was wrong. Because the people that were in charge before were a little strong-handed on how they operated and didn't just go in and chit-chat and see how things were going. Mm-hmm. And so she and I now are separating, and we'll go to different places.
You panic people.
Yeah, when we showed up together, they were panicking. Oh, something's wrong.
Boston's here, scary. Yeah, that's understandable, really.
It is, but it was more fun when we did it together.
Yeah, of course it was. Of course it was. You guys in the chat room, if you have any questions for Dr. Gail, be sure and write them in caps so these old crone eyes can see them, and I will highlight them, and we can ask her whatever questions you like. Okay.
Yeah. And, also, in the past few months, I found out that I was a medical intuitive, that I was able to see, I've been able to see people's x-rays, and I wasn't understanding why until I talked to my friend Meg. And Meg is the one that right in the beginning has been holding my hand through all this. And she says, well, you're a medical intuitive. And I'm going, okay, well, tell me about that. So she gave me, tell me a book to get. And I read it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that is what I am now.
Well, haven't you recently started a healing program where people can, on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, on my YouTube channel, we're doing healings once a week, and it's intuitive healings, and I'm involving, because of my, surgical background, my chiropractic background. It's almost like I'm having open office hours, and I'm just seeing people in my office, and I'm having
sure.
Yeah, and I have to go through what's going on with them. I'm incorporating, chakras and, the auras, because I'm finding out there's a big link between the auras, the chakras, your spine, your nervous system, the innervates, all the organs. It's all connected. And now I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate the psychological part, which I've always been able to do a lot of that, the psychological and the chi. I'm now trying to figure out how to connect all that together, because I'm seeing that I'm developing my own technique, and so I can go in and adjust people chiropractically and do a lot of different things, which is pretty amazing how I'm able to do all that. And of course, this is supposed to be my third lifetime doing this, so I'm on fast track. You learned this now. You've done this twice before. You're going to get this quickly now. Here. Right, this week, 6 weeks of that you've done. Move on. So it seems like it's always moving. In fact,
always changing.
In fact, even when I started this, the YouTube on the medical intuitive, I told Susie, I said, we'll be doing this 6 weeks, and I'll be moving on. Well, I know they want me to continue. So I'm going, I got something to continue on now.
Well, that's good for a change. Okay. We do have a question about the Athena.
Okay.
Oh, it's White Dragon.
Oh, is the Athena going to merge back or stay as two ships for now? Well, it basically stays two ships until we are going into a big ordeal. So right now it is two ships. So
one's military and one's medical.
Medical, and when we are going for a big trauma, we merge together and go together. So right now, we are separate. We're not together at this moment. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. How big is a ship that holds 800,000 people?
It's huge. It's huge because it can go
miles and miles.
Yeah, it can go actually up to holding about 1 million people. 800,000 is comfortable, but sometimes when we're in a big trauma, we have to bring in more help and have to bring in more people. In fact, that first big mission, that White Dragon I went on, we were at capacity, and Lemuria was just stressed out too, because they were trying to. I mean, we were just cranking them out, and and I had every avenue and every help I had on that one. We were at the edge of all that at that time. Since then, we haven't been as close to the edge.
It's busy.
There've been smaller missions that we've been on, of course, then there's some that are just military, and then there's some that are medical. So, and then there's a lot of other auxiliary people that are involved. Like you have your interplanetary liaison that takes the people back to their families and things. So they're really busy at certain times. And and then you got the transition team of the people who decide that they don't want to stay in that body. And then, of course, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot's going on. We actually have some personal questions. Is that all right?
Sure.
You mind? Okay, let's see what we've got.
Well, how personal?
Well, I don't think it's that personal. Let's see. Nope, that's the wrong one. G. Covington. I'm having trouble seeing.
Okay. I see it, Dr. Gail. You warned me about my toxic workplace and asked me to be careful when I leave. looking for a new job in North Carolina. Will I get the job, and will it be in a positive environment? Oh gosh, I'm feeling good about that. Let's see.
Okay, I saw one from what were you doing?
Yes, I did. I immediately felt good about that. I think so. You come to, but I would say when I'm saying be extremely concerning, you've already gone through a bad toxic. Don't jump right back into that. Don't when you find a job, don't immediately go, oh yeah. I'm just keep kind of looking, and but that job's probably the right one. But just don't get so overly enthusiastic and not do your homework on that, because every employer is going to tell you all sorts of things, so it's not quite true to get you to work for them.
To get you there.
Yeah, so look at that very carefully.
Use your discernment. Use your discernment.
Right.
But yes, it's good news. You will find it. Yes.
Great. And then Viviani has a question.
Hey, where are my two guys from? Please, thank you. Well, y'all got a long name. Longer than mine now. So
I know, right? It's ridiculous.
Because I kept on thinking that was still part of the question.
I know, right?
Let me see.
I think if you all just say the Crone zone, we'll know.
Yeah.
You don't have to type that whole thing out.
I think, well, it's nice that she did type it all out.
I know.
Yes.
All right, let me see your guys. Let me see where they're from. I see two. The first one's an Arcturian that's standing up front, your main one. And then there's a gray hybrid, is the second one. But you have an Arcturian. I see two of them. So, where are my ET guys from? Oh, there you go. Yeah, an Arcturian and a gray hybrid. So that's where they're from, and they are two different ones. And I have a feeling, because you have two different types of guides, that you been to a lot of different planets, and you've had a lot of lifetimes on different planets. So there you go, Vivian.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And we have one from Juno.
Hey, Juno. Any messages for me today from the galactic beings of the highest vibration? I'm going to pull a card for you, Juno, from the Starseed Oracle deck.
You want to pull cards?
Particularly. I mean, I can, but
We love that deck, the Starseed Oracle deck.
Yeah, I know.
Heather uses it a lot.
I use these all the time. I'm about to wear them out. I think I'm going to have to get a new deck of them, because they did a lot of traveling from across the country.
I think they're just worn in well. I don't think you need to replace them.
Yeah. Okay. The Great Severing. Juno, this says Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Okay. There's some conflict and some anger going on in your life right now, and that you need to let it go. You need to let go of that conflict. You need to look at it differently. You need to pull yourself out of the whole situation and look above, like you don't belong with it. Look at it differently. And it's wanting you to soften to love. So they're just wanting you to quit burrowing up to whatever this is, anger. I know you have a lot that goes on in your life, but they're asking you to sever from that. So I hope that helps, Juno. So, and I love your channel. Now,
We love our channel, don't we?
What was the one that you recently did that gave me the heebie-jeebies? The Beatles. Oh, okay.
I haven't seen the Beetle one.
Yeah, that gave me heebie-jeebies.
Okay, let's see. I got another question here. Let me go up to the start.
Hey, Indigo, Jaguar, Intuitive.
Or Hadarian? Hadarian or Hadrian? I've never heard of that race.
Hadarians. Oh, yeah, the beautiful long-haired people. I recently learned of the Hadarian race. I feel fascinated with this race. It is possible I was one of them in a past life. Thank you. Yeah, I have a whole book. I'm going to pull out my book. I have to move my dog over to get it, because she has to sit right on top of me while I'm doing these things.
Sassy's sitting right next to me. We had a little baby gate we put up for her, but
she wants to join in. Let me look. I have a book.
she might be in here.
Has lots of races, the Hadarians. Yeah, well, you said you looked up a lot of them, but I'm going to look at it myself to refresh my memory on them because that's all I remember. Basically, is they have this beautiful hair. Oh yeah, they're wonderful. Unconditional, pure love. They used to live on Paradise. They're like the Palladians and the Drominas. They're humanoid. They have heart face or round faces. Beautiful hair. That's what I always remember about Hadarian. I don't know about you, Indigo Jaguar. Let me see your picture. But they tend to have beautiful hair. Anyway, they're spiritual. I mean, they're just, and they're the ones, this is the big thing they have done, is they brought the LGBTQ community. They are the ones that have brought us, and hold on just a minute. My dog's getting ready to start shaking her hair. She's having allergies. We start making us take her collar off. But anyway, they're the ones that started that. They really have unconditional love for everybody. So the Hadarians, they are absolutely wonderful. So there you go. I'm trying to look at your picture because I know you probably have beautiful.
She has beautiful thick hair that right now I think it's gray, but she dyes it. But it's beautiful thick hair. It's Heather. Her name's Heather. I think you probably know her from other places.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's the first thing I think about a Hadarian is they have beautiful hair. Lots of beautiful hair.
Okay. And back to the stars. Lisa Rhodes.
Hey, Lisa. The full moon tonight. Shall we energize our decks, crystals, and stones?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All you have to do is set them in a windowsill that the full moon gets to, or you can set them outside where the light of the full moon actually is on them, and then just bring them in the morning.
Yeah, it just kind of depends on your weather.
And the ones that were supposed to be really using this full moon, Nancy Jean told me this the other day, they're supposed to be using rose quartz. I think this is citrine, citrine, and amethyst, the three stones for this full moon. Those are the three stones we are supposed to be using. And what else did she tell me? We're supposed to bring in a beautiful flower plant. Also, we're supposed to clean our windows, or clean a window. And I can't remember what all that. She had a whole list of things we're supposed to do for this full moon.
Maybe you could go check on it in Nancy Jean's channel and see what she says.
Maybe she says it.
Because I have no clue. She's much more up on crystals than I ever will be.
Yeah, she does a lot of, and also the rituals, because she does a lot of feng shui, and that has a lot to do with it. Yeah. So I went yesterday in Mount Shasta because I don't have anything, and I wanted an African violet, just a little plant because I don't know how permanent I'm in my place, and I couldn't find one. I could, it's just amazing how limited some things are around here, but I couldn't find one.
Where there's not really any shopping anywhere close. Where do you have to go major shopping?
Major shopping would be about an hour away at Redding, but I go to Wairika, which is about 30 miles north here, and then there's also Medford, Oregon that people go to.
Right.
So, those three places.
Because there's certainly nothing there.
Crystal shops. There are more crystal shops here than anything.
I think, I don't know how many crystal shops there are, but there are more crystal shops than anything else there.
Yes.
And we don't have any major stores here. We lost Walmart. We never had Walmart.
And we'll allow it. No.
Kmart. We lost Kmart and Sears. So we have Ross, and what? Beals,
or Bells, whatever.
That's about it. It's kind of sad.
Well, I mean, even here you don't have really drive-through food either. You have Burger King, Starbucks.
But you have that bear restaurant.
There are a lot of good restaurants, but
yeah, there are for sure.
Not anything that you can quickly go get.
No, that's for sure.
Yeah,
and they make you enjoy your dinner.
They do.
It's not. Yeah. Well, I was looking at this next question, and the only thing I was getting was enjoy it, but do remember about the new moon and all the emotions being so high. So just give everybody a break and just relax.
Full moon.
Kelly,
Mhm.
let's see. Okay. Is this one you're talking about, Kelly's? Any advice from spirit? Oh, okay. Any advice from spirit? Okay, here we go. Oh, Thanksgiving. Any advice from spirit? Is that fourth Thanksgiving?
On the
Is it-
beautiful Canadian Thanksgiving. That's what now? Isn't it today or?
Yeah, is that today?
Yeah, it's not like ours. It's not the
Yeah,
same
it
time.
wasn't like ours.
But if it's now, they need to be aware of the moon and relax.
I feel
Yeah,
tension.
just be careful because the moon is in Aries. The moon is in Aries, right? And things can get a little rough.
Tempers can fly.
Tempers can fly, and
So just
whenever family gets together, so just
cool it.
relax and
Enjoy.
chill.
I'm seeing Kelly like it's like your hair is on edge, like you're curled up. Something's going on that has got you a little
October 10th.
stressed.
Thank you, Juno. And happy Canadian Thanksgiving, everybody.
All right.
Yes. So, Kelly, it looks like to me you're just gonna have to. I hate to say you have to survive it, but it looks like whoever might be coming over, or whoever you're around, has got your hair up on edge, and it's only going to last for a few hours. So, just kind of
Chill.
Yeah, bite your tongue and chill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting. So, Kelly, I hope that helps.
I'm getting the same thing. Tempers.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take it
we
easy.
have G. Covington wanted. Do we all have ET guides?
No, not necessarily.
No.
No, not all. But I would say most of the people who connect with me, or or watching my channel and things, I would say most of those people do have ET guides, because I do think most of the people that are hearing me are connected with me somehow or another with the ETs.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Adrian Journey One, Dr. Gail, how is Dirty Harriet doing? Oh my gosh, that was the most frightening thing. She's doing fine. She didn't even know anything happened. Her tail's up here on fire, and I'm just patting it. And,
So what's this candle incident?
oh yeah, we were doing the 9 candles on Nancy Jeans, where you were lighting a candle every day. And I'm sitting here lighting my candle, and this is her window that she goes up and watches out. So she came up and laid her tail right on top of those candles, and her tail just went. I can't believe how quickly that went up. And
wow,
patting it out and hitting, and she's just looking at me like, "What is wrong with you?" Getting on. I mean, really, the house stunk for a day. I mean, all night that stunk for that hair burning. But she was fine. Thanks for asking.
I'm so glad she's fine. Naked tail, but she's
I'm not
fine.
sure I was fine after that, but she was fine.
Janita Easter says, I have a strong pull to planet Maya in the Pleiades. Can you tell me why? If anybody can, it'll be.
It's probably it's your family. Let me see what I get. Yeah, I even the 7 sisters. Seems like you're real strong connected to that. On the Pleiades. Yeah, that is your star family. That is why. Let's see, how do you say Janetta?
Janita.
Janita.
It's my sister.
Your sister, Janita.
My little sister.
That's why she.
My little sister. That's how I know how to pronounce her name. Although actually she goes by Jan. Sorry.
You like Janita. Okay. Yeah, that's what it is that that is your star family, and that in fact you're really connected to the 7 sisters on that star system, and that's it. Yes, there's a good reason for it. You need to really look into all the Pleiades, the Pleiadians, and the 7 and the 7 sisters on that, because I think you're going to feel like you're almost coming home to all that information.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Doesn't Cat says, yes, Dr. Gail, it already sort of occurred and I have dealt with it, released it, and I'm in a relaxing and thankful mode. Yay, blessings
Yay.
to you.
That's when you need a big glass of wine.
Or two.
Just chill and relax.
Yeah. Well, thank goodness you've already been through it, because I felt like your hair's still on edge over it all. Okay.
White Dragon says it feels like all the ones on the spaceship have an Arcturian assigned to them as a guide. Do you know what he means by that?
Yeah, I do know what he means by that. Well, because it's an Arcturian spaceship. The Athena is an Arcturian spaceship.
Well, that makes sense.
And it could very well be that everybody has, since they have Arcturian guide. I have so many different kinds of guides. I mean, my latest guide that showed up was an ant, and it's a gray ant. And I asked her, and in fact, her name is Laura, and she's here to help me write my book that I'm doing editing on. Actually, Susie and I are doing some work on it today, and she's here, and she's kind of a whip cracker. Get to it, and she's an ant, and she's gray colored, and asked her if she was a hybrid. Well, she was pretty insulted by asking her if she was a hybrid. I thought she was a gray ant hybrid, or I should say a gray insectoid hybrid. She was not. No. So anyway,
and wasn't insulted by that. Oh
yeah. So I mean, I get all sorts of different guides. So it could, but I do. My main one is a kind of a descendant of an Arcturian. She says they're smarter or whatever than Arcturian. That thinks it's funny. But so it would make sense that we all now have Arcturian guys that are on that spaceship. That would make sense.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Susie, what are some of your favorite planets? Oh gosh, my favorite planet was the one Moon is what took me to. Of course, my planet on Arcturus, when I went there, that was very emotional for me. Of course, I love that planet, but that was so emotional. I didn't want to leave. I started crying. So I haven't been back there because of that, because they could hardly get me to leave that planet. But I would say, let me see, where is it that she's from? That I want to say Jupiter, the planet we think of love.
Venus.
Venus. She's from Venus. That's been my favorite planet to go to, Venus.
Oh, really? What's Venus like?
Venus was it had a lot of different terrain like we do here on Earth, and we went through a lot of woods and water and mountainous, and we went through a lot of different areas to get to where her family was from. And then when I got there, well, probably one of the most favorite things that happened there was, all these different places that I go, I taste their food, and here I get this white mush, and I'm thinking it's going to be terrible, but it was good. And so I was pretty excited that I didn't have to hold back how bad it was. But Venus, the field to Venus probably is my favorite planet.
And what are Venusians like? Did you meet?
Well, see, my dog Moon, who is my pilot now, is from Venus. Yes, I got to meet her whole family, and they were all white. And actually, she was a white German Shepherd. So they were white, like almost like statue kind of white, and they were white. And anyway, they were just wonderful to be around. But yeah, that was my favorite place that I've been.
Oh, that's good to know.
Venus.
Any more questions, guys? Did I miss anybody?
Hey, we got through the questions.
All right.
We already got through the questions. That's amazing.
I know. Usually I'm not able to get through all the questions on my channel, so it's exciting when I can get through them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure you have so many. Tell us about your healing show. When is that on?
Well, that will be tomorrow, and usually is on somewhere the first of the week, and we're kind of changing around, trying to figure out what the best time and day. So today, it'll be tomorrow. It'll be 9:00 on my time, which is Pacific time, and it'll be 12:00 y'all's time on Eastern time. And
what's the name of the show?
It's called the Solaris Healing Center, and it is, Solaris is a star that is a healing star, and that is where all the masters and your guides and your power animals, your angels, everybody goes there for healing, and it's a center there, and the people on that star watch over that healing center, and they are gold beings, and the planet itself looks like pink and gold striations. It's beautiful.
Wow.
And so there's a center there, and you can go in and you're joined there. I mean, there is, Jesus, John the Baptist, everybody's there, your angels.
Wow.
So we were allowed to go there for this hour for us to go in and join them. And as soon as you enter the chat, you're entering that center, and you're already into blue healing light at that time. And so your healing starts immediately. Now I go in and people who are in the chat, I will individually start answering questions or helping them, and it's doing different things for each one. I also bring 1 or 2 people on the channel with me and do immediate talking back and forth where I can get more information, and I choose them out of the chat. So there's a lot going on that. Yeah, and Susie and I are trying to get it all ironed out. I mean, it's getting a lot smoother now when we're doing that, but it was a little rocky in the beginning trying to get it all figured out.
It isn't rocky in the beginning, but the one I saw looked like it went very smoothly.
Yeah, it is smoothly, and only because Susie's in the background taking care of all that. I mean, she's
way to go, Susie. We appreciate you very much.
The email. I mean, she's so busy on that day. I think she might be busier than I am on those healing days, because she's in the chat and bringing that up, and then she's sending the email for the people that are coming in, and it's all sorts of going on, and trying to keep me, saying for entertainment purposes only. I'm trying to keep me straight. So she has a busy day. That would be, I would say, our hardest one that we do, because there's so much going on, is that healing. But it's one of the most rewarding because of how many people you can help during that hour.
No kidding.
Right. Yes.
I will definitely have to be there. It sounds wonderful. Maybe she can help you with your back on one of her shows. Been having some extreme issues with her back. So
old age.
I refuse to acknowledge that.
Hey, Chris.
Chris, I don't think she knows her Arcturian guide's name. Do you think you can find out his name?
Okay. Let's see. He's going through the gamut of names. He's trying to pick an Earth name right now. He went Henry, Arthur, Sam.
Something relatable, huh?
He's going to stick with Sam, he said. He wants Sam. Yeah, they picked Earth names for us so we can be able to say, because he says
we can relate.
So he's going to stick with Sam. Sam's the name. He wants you.
Does he have a message for her by any chance?
I'm still laughing at him. I don't think I've ever had one sit there and go through names like he did.
That's cute.
He's pretty comical. So
that's cute.
Let me see if he has a message for Chris. He's still like worried about the name. Okay. He says, "Calm down."
Calm down.
What's going on, Chris, that he's telling you to calm down? I was told Zagon during a reading. That could be it. I mean, that could be what he's.
Maybe he likes Sam better. It's easier to remember.
No, he was really struggling to try to come up with a Earth name. Let me see if his name really is Zagon. He likes Sam.
Sam it is.
Sam's a good name.
I think they're one and the same. But I think he's having fun. He has such a good sense of humor. I think he's having fun with it. Now, this is unusual. Arcturians are usually a little more serious. So for him to be this entertaining, it's just a little unusual.
Chris says, Sam it is then. Too funny. I honestly don't know. I thought I was calm. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on, but he's saying calm down. I don't know what it looks like to me is that he's showing me that you're trying to push yourself in something. And I think it's metaphysical that he's showing me that you're trying to push and not just let it happen. That's what I'm getting and what he's showing me, Chris. I don't know what you're working on or what you're working in, but I think it's in the metaphysical world. And
I had to show this.
I am. There you go. Yes. So anyway, that's what it, Chris. It probably is. Zagon's probably the right one, but he would love to be called Sam. He likes that name. So, and to calm down on your journey. So anyway, okay. I hope that helps, Chris.
Anybody else have any questions? So I would kind of want to ask Dr. Gail a couple of things.
Okay.
White Dragon says his Arcturian name is Arthur.
Yeah, it is. It is. We've laughed about that too.
That's nice.
That's a non-creative Arcturian. Just to give you the name Arthur. Arthur the Arcturian. I mean, because that's the first thing this Arcturian said. He went Arthur, and Sam. I want to be called Sam.
And Chris said, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's always nice to get information, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tell me something, Dr. Gail. I've never heard how you got started. How did you? I know you didn't do anything until 2020, and you haven't been a metaphysical person all your life or anything like that.
No, not at all. I'd been a nurse, a chiropractor. I took care of my dad with dementia. My life was filled with taking care of people. And all of a sudden, my dad passed away, and then we went in for COVID. I was probably one of the most excited people about going in for COVID because I was going to be able to take care of myself. I was going to be able to focus on myself. And I was like, I had my whole list of things to do. Of course, one of them was to lose weight, which that's always a battle. And, just doing home projects. And I was going to start meditating, and I was going to take Spanish. I was going to do all sorts of things. So I was excited about going in and staying in and just being with myself and I had 2 dogs and a cat at that time. And so I started meditating, and, we went in March, I believe. And then it was July that, now I've always been able to know people have passed. I'm in the South, so I never talked much about that. I knew when they were around and knew their smells, but one day an angel showed up, and I had already been communicating with my dad. After he passed, he was back within 2 weeks. And one day when we were talking, an angel swooped around him and came to my face and was handing me a bracelet. And he just looked over his shoulder and saw her come around. And of course, he let her through because she was beautiful, and he was looking at this pretty girl come through. And she was handing me a bracelet, and it was a bracelet that had wood blocks on it that had like love, peace, all sorts of things. And she gave me that bracelet, and she kept handing it to me. Well, it shocked me so badly. I jumped off the couch going, what just happened? And the only metaphysical friend I had at that time was Meg. And she and I worked together. And so I went running to her. I was real sheepishly going, something's wrong with me. This is what happened. And she was telling me I was just going through a spiritual awakening. And I didn't even know what a spiritual awakening was. I had no idea. And so then next I started meeting ETs. My dad was introducing me to different ETs, and I kept running to her saying, this was what's happened, this was happening. Anyway, a long journey on that is started meeting different ETs. It was first an Arcturian, then a gray hybrid, then a reptilian. When I met the reptilian and went and told her about it, she freaked out on me going, be careful about reptilians. And I'm going, but he was so nice. And I'm glad a lot of this I didn't know before. Although if I had known anything about it, I'd have been scared of them, but I wasn't. I mean, I couldn't look at them at first, but I warmed up to them, and then I could. And he was so nice. And my friend's still with him now. His name was Carl. And also that was funny with him. When he was getting ready to tell me his name, I was thinking it was going to be something I couldn't pronounce. I thought it was going to be like this. Kind of, and then he said, Carl. I started laughing at him. And of course, I didn't realize they were giving me Earth names at that time. And so anyway, I just kept eating them like that. Yeah, I didn't know. And also when I met the praying mantis, and I went in and met them, I ran back to her and going, I met a grasshopper, a big grasshopper. She says, that's a praying mantis. You look like a grasshopper to me, you know. And anyway, it kept going like that. And then all of a sudden, the next thing was I was getting a spaceship. That was the best part of it all. Monto, who was a gold being, came and got me. And of course, they didn't tell me what we were going to do, but let me in the spaceship. And I don't know why I followed him, but I did. And next thing I knew, we were flying in a spaceship all over the place. And then the next time he took me out, I got to go outside. And I felt like I was on orientation, but I didn't know what was going on. And then the next was, we started on rescue missions, going to like this Area 51s, getting sick and dying ETs out there. And
Wow.
Then I was being taught how to fly and to go do these missions. And then
I want to interrupt you for a minute. We have a message from somebody that I just really think this one's important.
Hey, Lisa. I am lost. I started in this and no. Oh my gosh, Lisa, I was like that for a couple of years ago. So yes, I didn't know. So thank you for saying that. So there was a lot of stuff I had to do, and a lot of people that I had to go to. I'm lost. Just started in this and know nothing about Arcturians or planets. How to do we find these answers? Well, my best source of information besides Meg and friends is Gaia, GAIA.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
It's a great station.
Yeah, it's a TV. It's like $99 for a year. Lisa, go ahead and subscribe to
Everything metaphysical is on that channel.
Yeah.
Anything and everything is metaphysical. Dr. Lipton, Greg Braden, you name it, these people they're on it, and you can find out anything literally anything you want to know about the stars or metaphysics, anything.
And although it's not interactive, there are tons of questions that are asked and explained.
Yes.
And so it gives you a really good foundation.
Because I started watching and during 2020. I turned on Gaia and didn't turn it off for 2 years.
I know. That's how everybody say about that. I mean, that's what I was told. And Meg kept telling me I needed to get Gaia for, I bet 6 months before I got it. And after I got it, I was glued to it, going, there's so much information there for you. So
it really is.
But go, also you can go into these metaphysical stores, and there's probably some people that can help you answer those questions. And also here on these channels, you can ask these questions also on YouTube. So there's a lot of resources out there. What got me through it all, as I said, was my friend Meg, who I could go to and tell her anything, and she knew the answers and still is. I mean, just recently, she was the one that told me that I was a medical intuitive. I didn't know what was going on with me, that I was able to see people's x-rays without the x-rays being there. So,
Heather was astral traveling. She was remote viewing and had no clue that's what she was doing.
Right.
The reason we got through all of the stuff that we were doing was because we lived together.
And we could talk about all the crazy things that were going on.
I'm going crazy. You're not crazy. You sure I'm not crazy?
When I was
no, you're not crazy.
I didn't know how to channel. I was watching YouTube. I'm not YouTube. Gaia. Interviews with extra dimensionals to learn something about channeling, because I was totally clueless what was going on.
Right.
So we've all been there.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, we've all been there. It
starts out a little tough, and you, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And like even this channel, a lot of the things that we do is everybody's heard of all these things that we talk about, but nobody's really talked about them. So we try to give a little bit of a background.
Make some sense out of some of it.
Yeah. So that everybody understands what it is.
Yeah. And for a long time, I kept going, I have a brain tumor. I know something's wrong with me. I need an MRI, because my nursing background kept coming in. All this stuff that was happening, every time I'd say, Meg, I know I have a brain tumor. Don't you think I need to get an MRI? And she goes,
I did the same thing.
Okay, you're okay. I know you. You're okay. And I think you need that person.
You do. She's mine.
Right. You need somebody.
Yeah.
And as I wake up, she's mine.
Yeah.
She gets tired of it, but I don't blame her.
It works both
But
ways.
it works both ways, and we're really grateful to have each other to be able to bounce things off of. It makes life so much more easy.
It does.
And
After about 6 months of me saying I had a brain tumor, then I finally went, this is a brain tumor. I couldn't ask for anything better. This is great.
That's the truth. I'll deal with it. If it's my brain tumor, I'm happy.
If this is how I'm going to do, let me go.
Yeah, I hear you. I feel the same way. Oh, White Dragon says, well, I'm a bit crazy. It helps sometimes.
we are all a bit crazy.
I think you're
In
right.
a very good way.
In a very good way. Let's see. So can you go ahead and finish where you were? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but my heart went out to her when she said that. I just felt.
Yes. And then I'm so glad she spoke up.
Yes.
Because that was brave in itself to speak up.
It is very brave to speak up when you feel like you're the ignorant one in the room. But you know what? We all learn. We all learn all the time, and there is no judgment on these shows. We don't judge you for what you do.
Very proud of what you did.
Absolutely. So thanks for the question. Thank you very much, Lisa. Let's see if we've got any more here.
Where were we?
I don't remember. Dream Journey 1 says we never stop learning. Amen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In fact,
sometimes I feel like we've just started.
And we keep picking up new things all the time, like you with your x-rays. Now you're doing that.
Yeah, her intuitive gifts. So once you open up to the possibilities, your gifts just grow exponentially.
And mine have since I moved to Mount Shasta too.
Well, the energy there, I'm not surprised.
Right.
The energy there is so incredible. You come down off the mountain, you're like, I'd really like to go back. Like right now.
I don't want to camp. I just want to go back up there.
It was beautiful this morning up there. The full moon. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. They do a ceremony every month for the full moon up there. They bring the drums and they have a
I love the water in the town park.
Yes, being able to go get the water from the source.
Yeah. Oh, well, the water's not treated here. The water's just wonderful here. Yeah, it's not treated.
Delicious.
Yeah.
It really is. Boy, would that make some delicious moon water. Right? Mm-hmm. Moon water is one of those rituals. Stick a bottle of water outside. And
I don't know how much charged it could get. That's right. It's already charged.
I know, it's straight out of the mountain.
I know. It's so unbelievable.
Okay, Ruth has a question. I have a white wolf guide named Zero. I think he's Pleiadian. Any info on my loving, joyful new guide? Oh, I love that. Loving and joyful.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, my heart goes out to you on that one because my moon was a white German Shepherd.
Oh.
Yeah, so she was big. Named Zero. Okay, I think it's Pleiadian. Let me see what I can get on this. It looks like he's telling you to have more fun. Showing me galloping through the grass and kind of dancing with you.
Oh, that's sweet.
You want you to have more fun, Ruth. Have more fun. It looks like to me he's having to pull you out to have some fun. Looks like to me whatever's going on in your life right now that you're being a little reclusive and he wants you to come out and have more fun. So
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I find that a lot of people within this community have a hard time having fun. They take it so seriously that they forget that it's all about love and fun.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be enjoying ourselves. Exactly. I know this planet seems mean and nasty sometimes.
But you're supposed to let that child go out and play.
Come out and play.
Yeah.
And live your bliss. So
I'm jealous of that guy, but my moon is also one of my gods now. And she is a shift shaper. I always have trouble with that word.
Shapeshifter.
Shapeshifter. She goes
Dyslexic much.
You like this?
from a dog, she turns into a Wookiee, and then she also turns into a really that white human where she's from. So she's a shapeshifter. Yes.
Wow.
Got it.
You did good.
So
I speak dyslexic all the time.
Me too.
I don't know why I always have so much trouble with that word.
There are different words that are very difficult. Well, we're at an hour. How are you feeling? Do you feel like you want to go on? Are we good?
Usually my guys are wanting me to stop about an hour.
Well, that
Okay,
sounds
then
good.
we'll
Then
do that.
Let's honor that. I have no problem with that. Everybody in the chat room, thanks for your great questions and for being here today. I can't tell you how much we enjoyed doing this.
Yes.
It's a beautiful community, and we appreciate your love. And
I want to really, really thank you, Dr. Gail. It's been a joy having you on
Thank
today.
you for having me. Thank you for having me.
we love having you with us. And we can't wait to come back up to Mount Shasta and play with you again.
Yeah.
I want to go on that.
I know more places now. So yeah.
Yes, exactly. You're a much more
Busy person.
adept at what's going on up there.
Mhm.
So everybody in the chat room, big hugs. We love you. Oh, and tomorrow Dr. Gail has a show. Tuesday we'll be back with joy versus happiness.
Yeah.
What the difference is on that. But tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be on Sherry H, Voices from the Swamp. So that should be very entertaining.
Yes.
And other than that, I guess we'll say goodnight.
And spread the love.
Spread your
All
light.
over.
Spread your love.
Yes. Bye, Thanks for having me. Bye.
Thank you for
Yeah.
coming.
Thank
so
you,
much.
honey. Bye, everybody in the chat. You know we love you.
Bye-bye.